Welcome in to the Standard. We are back. We're going to attempt to break down this game and whatever the hell happened to our Pittsburgh Steelers. Another failure, feeble, another total, complete collapse by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They now sit at 4-3 overall record, and it feels like they might as well be 0-7. They have no momentum. Nothing's going right. But we're going to start positive because that's what we do here. We're a positive podcast. Roman Wilson, the offensive player of the year, he's arrived. He's so good. 4 catches. I don't know how many yards he had. I believe 71 yards and a touchdown. He had more yards than DK
74.
Metcalf. 74. Wow. The leading receiver on the team tonight, Roman Wilson, had a great touchdown catch. Thank you for replay for getting that right. It was always a Roman Wilson catch, and it was bound to happen. Let me tell you what, I couldn't believe my eyes that Roman Wilson was even on the field when he caught that 45-yard bomb. And as soon as he caught that 45-yard bomb, my first thought was, well, he's never going to see the field again. He's never going to see. And he really didn't see the field until it got really ugly at the end, to be perfectly honest with you. But Roman Wilson, he
was in there like
the
on
second
and
best
off,
receiver
but
on
like,
this team.
yeah. I mean, I think it's hard to argue with that. I mean, I feel like he's played a better game than Calvin Austin has, maybe barring one of those games where he catches like a long ass touchdown. But yeah, Roman Wilson looked really good today, at least in the actual reps that he got. I mean, maybe take a hint. Might be time to start playing him more. Also, fuck NBC because Roman Wilson started today and he didn't get a Sunday Night Football introduction, which I thought was bullshit because I saw him on the field, but then he didn't get to introduce himself, which I thought was dumb. But yeah, also, shout out Roman Wilson. He balled out.
Did you hear the Carrie Underwood, the anthem? I swear to God, when I was listening to it the first time, she said the Packers and the Pack. She didn't say Steelers and the Packers. She said the Packers and the Pack. Apparently, she said Rodgers and the Pack in a showdown or whatever the fuck she said. I thought she just said the Packers twice. That was fucking bullshit. That was terrible.
I wasn't really listening. I do like Carrie Underwood's Sunday Night Football anthems, but yeah, I wasn't really listening.
Faith Hill did the Sunday Night Football intro the best. Never forget. Carrie Underwood, fine, whatever. But Faith Hill always did it better. Other positives, I don't think Aaron Rodgers was terrible. I mean, am I wrong?
No.
I don't know. What else went good? Chris Boswell's fucking awesome. He's the best kicker ever. I saw I'll say a 93.7 The Fan radio personality say that Chris Boswell is the best kicker of all time. I think we need to chill a little bit right there. But nonetheless, Chris Boswell, very, very good. Very good.
I'd say it's close.
To the best kicker of all time?
I mean, dude, at least recently, he might have the best peak. At least these last couple years, he might have the highest kicker peak ever. No. The only knock on him is that he can't kick from like 64. Though actually maybe because that 161-yarder he hit this year looked like it would have been good from
Justin Tucker's peak is forever better than Chris Boswell's peak. Sorry, I know we just lost and you come on this podcast and you don't want to hear me talk about a fucking Ravens kicker being better than Chris Boswell, but I think
he's also a sexual abuser.
I'll tell you, he is. He also is not a good person, and is a sex offender. So there we go.
Yes.
Spin zone. All right. Corliss Waitman, he averaged like 50 yards a punt tonight. That's cool. There we go.
Is that even good? I don't really know what numbers are good for punters nowadays.
I just remember Presley Harvin, and he's better than that.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is.
All right. Are those all the positives? I think now that we have all those
I can't think of any more.
So we got all the positives out of the way in the first 2 minutes. What the fuck? I don't even know where the fuck to start. Let's start with the defense, because we're going to spend the next decade on them. I don't think a single player on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense played well tonight. I don't think a single one of them played well. Not one.
I think that's fair to say.
Unit. They're the highest paid defensive unit in the league, and they got gashed again for the second straight week. And granted, the Packers are a lot better of a football team than the Cincinnati Bengals. But it's still no excuse. There's no excuse for the way the defense played tonight. I mean, just at will, no turnovers forced, no sacks. I'm ready to have a conversation about a lot of this team's best players. We're going to know a lot of them later. I'm ready to have a TJ Watt conversation, though.
Yeah, I was going to say that's 100% the first guy that comes to mind. He's not the worst player on the defense, but he is the most overpaid player on the defense, at least the way he's performing right now. You can't be petty. All you want is an extra $1 million over Myles Garrett just because you think you deserve to be the highest paid defensive player in football. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks today. TJ Watt doesn't even have 5 sacks on the season. TJ Watt, the reality is that TJ Watt is not even in the same stratosphere as like Myles Garrett or Micah Parsons, and he's not. I wouldn't even call him a top 5 edge rusher in football right now.
Correct. Guys, I don't know why are we pretending to do this? Why, like, when the TJ Watt extension news broke, I mean, this is a player who was coming off of his worst season statistically the previous year. He's on the north side of 30, and we're going to give him more money than Myles Garrett, who, let's call it like it is. Myles Garrett's the best defensive player in football right now. It's between him, Micah Parsons, Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, it's him or Parsons.
Myles Garrett's the best defensive player in football. He had 5 sacks today. Like Jack said, TJ Watt has 4 sacks on the season. We're 7 games in. Start fucking playing better. It's not even a joke. It's not even funny. It's not like, oh, this Watt guy just disappears in the biggest of moments, which he has all the time throughout his career. It's gotten to the point where he just disappears completely. He's a complete and total non-factor. I think he had 1 play in the run game where he tackled Josh Jacobs for a gain of 0. Jacobs got back to the line. That was his highlight for the night. He's been terrible these last several games, and he's been mediocre at best this season.
Every single time TJ Watt gets chipped, he just gives up. It's completely unacceptable, his effort this year, especially when you're getting $41 million and you're supposed to be a leader on the defense. It's been completely unacceptable. I think that one play in the Pats game where May scrambled out to his right in the fourth quarter and TJ had an angle at him, could have ended up tackling him before the line. Just was completely dogging it out there. Didn't even try to go make a tackle. That's all you needed to see. The dude's completely checked out. He gives no effort out there. He got his bag. Does not care anymore. At least that's what it looks like to me.
Tucker Kraft had 7 catches for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft led the NFL in receiving yards this week. The Steelers did not have an answer for him whatsoever. For a team that deploys as many multiple tight end sets as the Steelers, you think that this defense in practice gets a lot of looks against, a lot of different tight ends in a lot of different ways being used creatively. They had no fucking answer for Tucker Kraft tonight. His biggest reception, the 55-yard one where Jordan Love just threw up a lollipop, that was offensive pass interference, no doubt, where Tucker Kraft literally pushed Deshaun Elliott on him. Of course, Elliott was hurt on that play, and he's probably been our best defensive player all year, and now he's out for the season. So just when you think it can't possibly get any worse on defense, oh, trust me, it's going to get worse. Patrick Queen, he stole $50 million from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He stole it. I'm ready to have a conversation about him too. Everybody that is getting paid like top of the line money on this team, they're just not producing at the level that they're getting the money for right now. The Steelers are spending money and they're not seeing anything of it right now. They're not reaping any of the benefits of it.
Not that I want to harp on like single players in at least at the current moment because it's a bigger issue than that.
It's everybody.
But Patrick Queen, I just want to remind you guys that Patrick Queen sucked as a Raven until Roquan Smith got there. Played a good year when Roquan got there. We gave him a bag, and now he sucks again magically. Like, do we not see the theme here? I don't know. It felt like an obvious like overpay when we did sign him. Everybody was fired up about it. I'm not really sure why. He has not been a good Steeler. He has played good games, but just not nearly enough good games for the amount of money that we're paying him, which is, again, a common theme with almost everybody on this fucking defense. It's ridiculous that they're being paid so much money and they just can't execute ever. I don't know. It's hard to point the finger at one guy or a couple guys because it really does feel at this point like it's everybody, and that includes coaching.
It starts at the top. The Steelers are among one of the worst coach teams in all of the National Football League right now. I think the only reason that they aren't the worst coach team in the NFL right now is because the New York Jets exist. And that's a really bad situation. I also think, in the grand scheme of things, the Titans are really poorly coached too. But at the same time, they just fired their head coach. So, like, at least they're trying to solve that culture, maybe. I don't know. That's the way I kind of look at it. The Steelers are terribly coached from top to bottom. Terrell Austin, I know there's a whole debate about what he does, and I'm of the opinion that I do think a large part of the defense, Mike Tomlin has his fingerprints all over it. Firing Terrell Austin won't do a whole bunch in the grand scheme of things, I don't think, because who is the leader on this defense? Can someone tell me who the leader is?
It might be Jalen Ramsey. I feel like he seems to be the one that, like, at least gives effort out there.
Why why are TJ Watt and Cam Hayward getting paid more than anybody and they're not the leaders? Cam Hayward, I said this on the live, Cam Hayward loves to act on social media like he's the big leader, like he's the guy who's going to bring the old Steelers culture back. Oh, he's just wonderful. Cam Hayward's been a ghost all year long. He's been better than TJ Watt this year, I'll tell you that. Cam Hayward has not been good. And there are just plays where he just gives up. And it's not just Cam Hayward. It's the linebacking core. It's the secondary. The Savion Williams touchdown, he just ran by 4 guys on the sideline. None of them even made a fucking attempt to push him out of bounds. It's pathetic.
There's not a single... I didn't think today that there was a single player on the defense that you could have looked at and been like, yeah, he played well today. And it's just completely unacceptable when you consider the fact. What's the number of what's the total amount of money the defense is being paid?
It's like 156 million 60, or something like that. Yeah.
Highest paid defense. Is it the highest paid defense in NFL history? I mean, I'd assume it is because.
Oh, I don't know.
Naturally, the salary cap increases every year. So, I mean, I'm assuming it's the highest paid defense ever if it's the highest paid defense this year. But, I mean, they go out there and they just get fried by everybody every game, and it is just absurd. They went through a stretch where they were decent. We actually started winning games. That's probably because we were playing fucking Dylan Gabriel and Carson Wentz, if you think about it. We got fried by Joe Flacco on Thursday Night Football. Jordan Love's good, but at the same time, a home game on Sunday night, you should not be giving up 35 points and allowing him to complete 20 straight passes with this defense. It's criminal. It's horrendous to watch, too.
Shout out to me, and Steelers Landing made a great point on our live stream. The only good quarterback that the Steelers have beaten so far this year is Drake May. And that was a really weird game where the Patriots fumbled like 5 or 6 times. It was just a weird game. Their other wins are against Justin Fields, Carson Wentz, and Dylan Gabriel.
Yep.
There you go. They are. This is my worry about this football team right now. I hate to be like this. I feel like we pull out the schedule every single episode, like we say, although we haven't done it in a while, I don't think. I tweeted this out. Go comment. So the Steelers are 4-3 right now. So let's play a little game. They're entering a brutal part in their schedule. This was one of those games that was brutal on their schedule. But next weekend, you have a home game. Let's go. Yay. You play the best team in football, record-wise anyways. The Indianapolis Colts, they're 7-1. You're underdogs at home. You absolutely deserve to be. I know everybody's like, oh, the Steelers will win that game because Daniel Jones isn't very good. I don't know. If that's our only reasoning, let me tell you what. Daniel Jones has looked fucking awesome all season long. Then they play the Chargers. Then they have a rematch against the Bengals. They play the Bears and the Bills. How many of those games do they win? Tell me.
I mean, I'd like to imagine. There's a world that I can see the Steelers coming out next week and maybe making Daniel Jones not look as good as he has, simply because he kind of follows the theme. I would say he's closer to the quarterbacks that we've beat than the ones that we've lost to. Even though he's looked good this year, it's gonna be tough to stop Jonathan Taylor because we can't stop anything, and he looks like one of the best players in football right now. But the Colts game's winnable. All those games are winnable simply because there's no real team that looks like, maybe other than Kansas City right now, we don't play them. There's no team outside of Kansas City that looks unbeatable. And I mean, the Bills game's at home, Colts game's at home, Bears is in Chicago. We're gonna get smoked in that one.
Yeah, that one has written all over it.
Yeah, I'm not confident in necessarily any game, but the thing is, I don't think there's any game that's a chalked up L.
I'm going to disagree with you here. I don't think there's a shot that the Steelers beat the Colts next week. And
That's
I'm
the
trying
thing, though.
not
I
to.
think
I'm
the
trying
spread, like,
not
I don't
to
want to
be.
put too much into the Vegas lines and shit like that. But like at the same time, it does not feel like we should only be 2.5-point underdogs in that game. I don't know.
We were only 1.5 underdogs to Green Bay, and Vegas loves Green Bay.
They do. Vegas does love Green Bay.
I don't think there's a shot the Steelers beat the Colts next weekend. I really don't. Based off, I'm trying not to be a prisoner of the moment and be like, oh, this team's so bad right now. Maybe they bounce back and win. No, I just think the Colts are really good, guys. I think their defense is awesome. Daniel Jones has been playing amazing. Jonathan Taylor has been borderline the MVP of the entire league. Patrick Queen also said he was asked a question about, why the Steelers can't guard tight ends. Obviously, they just gave up 150 yards to Tucker Kraft. Somebody asked him, why are you guys having trouble guarding tight ends? When is it going to be fixed? He said, it's going to be fixed. It's going to be fixed this week. Buddy, you play Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, I just know he has 100 yards and a touchdown written all over him next weekend. Written all over him. No doubt in my mind.
There's probably like 5 different players on the Colts offense that are going to go for 100 yards and a touchdown, given the way the defense is playing and how their offense looks. I mean, how many times have they punted all year? It's like absolutely absurd. They're averaging, I saw some stat. Right now, they're like by far, if the season ended today, they'd be by far the most efficient offense in NFL history, which is like, considering the fact that our defense looks like complete shit, it feels like I have no idea how they're going to even come close to putting a stop to that offense. It's bad.
I mean, how many total yards did the Packers have today? Do we know? I
have it pulled up.
Please let me know.
360 yards. So yeah, 364. It was 454 total yards.
Great. So for at least the second game in a row, the Steelers have given up over 400 yards of total offense. Teryl Austin was fired the last time he was a defensive coordinator for giving up 500 plus yards in 3 straight games. This is the levels that we're at right now. Will Tomlin scapegoat fire Teryl Austin? No, I don't think so. I think Matt Canada was a very, very extreme instance. And I think people are quick to forget, as bad as Teryl Austin is, I don't think he even sniffs whatever the fuck Matt Canada was doing.
Oh, no. Like, Matt Canada was not a scapegoat. He just was the issue. Well, one of the issues. He was definitely a problem.
Yes, he was. And my thing with this football team and where they are at right now, again, I'm really trying hard not to be a prisoner of the moment. I just think they are what they are. Because they're a team that's built to win this year. Guys, keep in mind, all this offseason, all of the moves they made were to win now. And I told you guys that anything less than a playoff victory should be viewed as a massive failure by this organization, and there should be serious consequences from the top down, starting with the coaching staff. And you know what? They'd be lucky to make the playoffs with the way they're playing right now. Guys, 2 weeks ago, we sat here on this podcast and everything looked good. The Steelers were odds-on favorites for the division, and we told you to throw just a little bit of money on the Baltimore Ravens to win that division. Let me tell you what, the Ravens are absolutely winning the AFC North. There is zero doubt in my mind.
I think with the win today, that told me everything I needed to know. Like it's over. If they went to 1-6, even then I wouldn't be like, yeah, they have no shot. But winning with Tyler Huntley against a team that just won 4 straight, like that kind of told me, like, yeah, when they get Lamar back and they start to get healthy on defense, like
the defense
it's not
decent today.
They're gonna sweep us, dude.
The defense didn't look awful today for Baltimore. They really didn't.
They did get Roquan back. They had Nate Wiggins. Kyle
Hamilton.
Hamilton's still healthy.
I mean, guys, I don't know. Things look bleak. The offense, again, it is what it is at this point. They're not, if they go out and trade for Jacoby Myers, which I know Jack's a big fan of, I'll just be fucking depressed with that.
At this point, I would say no, simply because I don't want to try to make moves to win right now, because we're just not good enough to.
Because why would they try to win? That's the thing that never made sense to me in the offseason.
And now I like Roman Wilson.
This the year They thought they owed it to TJ Watt and Cam Hayward to try to win a Super Bowl with them. Why? Why? You've paid them, and now you're fucked. Now your future is fucked.
They're fucked for at least the next 3 years, given how much money they're fucking paying TJ Watt.
What do you?
If you think it's bad now, we are still paying him for 3 more fucking years after this one. Oh my god, it's about to get bad.
Pull up the Spot Rack. Pull up TJ Watt's Spot Rack.
I love Spot Rack. It's the greatest fucking website of all time.
Great website. I mean, it's going to get really ugly here. 3-year, $123 million. Jesus Christ. We're going to be paying a 34-year-old edge rusher. Oh my God, a 34-year-old edge rusher is going to count for $46 million against our cap in 2028. Oh my God.
Yep. Just absurd.
Oh my God. I can't even.
3 years, $123 million. That is absurd.
I hope you
getting
guys
paid more than Myles.
I hope you guys understand.
I mean, that is crazy.
Again, it's really hard to not be prisoner of the moment and not harp on specific players. This team's fucked. I don't see their future.
Top to bottom.
Really don't. I'm ready to have a TJ Watt conversation. I'm ready to have a Patrick Queen one. Let's go over to the offense. Again, I don't think Aaron Rodgers played bad today. I think that they're asking Aaron Rodgers to do a lot, as I say every single week. And that was a recipe for disaster. Even when they were 4-1, I said my one worry is that this defense still isn't that good, and that they run a very plain offense, and that when they play a decent defense, it's not going to look very pretty. Last couple of weeks, it hasn't looked very pretty. Obviously, Cincinnati's defense is fucking terrible, and Aaron Rodgers looked really good in that game. But we saw tonight, Green Bay, pretty good defense, have one of the best players in the entire NFL. It didn't look good. Tight end room. I'm sick. I'm sick of the 3 tight end sets and like all that cute shit. I'm really sick of it. Jonnu Smith isn't very good. I'm not even going to mention 88. I'm not even going to say his fucking name. Darnell Washington wasn't targeted at all. He's probably our best tight end. And Tucker Kraft had 140 yards. That'd be around half of Darnell Washington's career receiving yards that Kraft had in one night.
I agree with you in the sense that the offense didn't necessarily look like outstanding. But at the same time, again, we've mentioned this previously. When you pay your defense $160 million in total, and you know that your offense is not going to, or at least the plan is for your offense to not be as good as your defense going into the season. You think you put up 25 points against the Packers. Like, you should win, given how much money you're paying that defense, especially when you're playing at home. And I think that's the problem, is now they have to rely on the offense that's not supposed to be incredible because the defense has been so fucking bad. And that's the issue. Offense wasn't necessarily humming today, but it should have been good enough to win.
I still think the offense is definitely, we can point at it and be like, I don't know, because Aaron Rodgers was awesome. I mean, I say awesome. 219, 2 touchdowns, 66% completion percentage. That's all you can ask for a 41-year-old. The running game, I'm actually kind of disappointed they went away from the running game. Honestly, like Jaylen Warren, I thought he was good. He might be like, he's the catalyst of the offense. He still is, and they just went away from him.
Both guys were running well.
Gainwell was pretty decent too.
Average 6.2 a carry. I mean, he only got 5 carries, but
I'm sick of the 3 tight end sets. I'm sick of all the cute bullshit. And DK Metcalf, boy oh boy, I'm ready to have a conversation about DK Metcalf. Jack, I'm so ready to have a fucking conversation about DK Metcalf. Do you want to have one?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did we give him $150 million? Why is DK Metcalf a top 5 paid player at the wide receiver position when he is not a top 20 wideout in the National Football League?
When this whole thing went down, I was taking a nap, and I woke up I opened my phone, saw that not only we traded for DK Metcalf, but 2, we gave him 5 years, $30 million annually. And at the time, I was like, whoa. Like, DK Metcalf's good. He's a good receiver. You can't pay him. You can't afford to pay him $30 million a year. You can't. He's not that good, especially when you had a guy that you could have gotten for, well, because he's still on his rookie deal, would have been cheaper. That is 1,000,000% a better player than DK Metcalf. I'm not going to act like George Pickens is a top 5 receiver in football, and he's like some like levels above DK Metcalf, but he is a better receiver than DK Metcalf and cheaper. And for some reason, Mike Tomlin, who has never had an issue with diva wide receivers ever, he employed Antonio Brown for how long? I mean, AB was amazing. I'm not saying George Pickens is Antonio Brown, but Mike Tomlin's never had an issue with diva wide receivers, but for some reason, he just couldn't stand George Pickens and had to trade him for a 3rd-round pick when he has been absolutely outstanding this year. Finally got a real quarterback, and look, what the fuck do you know? He's good. It's nuts, man. It makes no sense to me. Nothing does.
I tweeted out last week, not even last week, like literally 5 days ago, George Pickens is a better wide receiver than DK Metcalf, crazy or no. You would have thought I killed a man. You would have thought I had killed somebody. The replies, I don't know. Steelers fans are loyal to their players to a fault. They overrate their own players massively. They're doing it with TJ Watt. They've done it for years. They're doing it with DK Metcalf right now. Guys, I understand why George Pickens was traded. Oh, he's a diva. Oh, he acts out. What did DK Metcalf do tonight? Does anybody want to tell me? Does anybody want to fucking tell me what DK Metcalf did tonight? He goes and he's pointing his finger and he's sticking his finger in a player's face mask and he's getting personal fouls called on him on a 3rd and 2 situation.
That had me heated. That might have been the most pissed off I was today. Especially on a 3rd and 2 when you're down. That's got to be the worst time to get an unsport. What was it? Was it called unnecessary roughness?
Unnecessary roughness on sportsmanlike.
Yeah. 15-yard penalty on 3rd and 2 on a crucial drive. It's just so dumb. And the guy that's supposed to be a leader is supposed to be more mature than George Pickens. It's just a costly mistake that just cannot happen.
I don't think they have leaders. I really don't think they
don't.
do.
I don't think they do.
Who's the leader on the
Aaron,
football team?
Maybe Aaron Rodgers.
I never thought Aaron Rodgers was like that great of a leader. I don't know.
That's fair.
I'm not going to pretend how the fucking locker room is, but I know everybody questions Aaron Rodgers' leadership abilities and his attitude and things like that. DK Metcalf he's had those incidents all throughout his career. Who else?
I would say maybe Deshaun Elliott.
And
like Deshaun Elliott seems to be the guy. Yeah, right. He seems to be the guy that had the most fire.
Unironically, that might be the worst part of the night is the Deshaun Elliott injury.
Yeah, that's
as bad as everything was. Because if he's out for the year,
he is 100%.
It's done. It's done.
It's so bad, man. It sucks.
I don't know how they go from here. Is there a solution? I'll ask you that. Do you think there's any way they dig out of this hole?
As in this year?
Yeah.
No.
Let's say they go out.
See it.
Let's say they fire Terrell Austin tomorrow morning, and the defense is a little bit better. They're not averaging 400 yards a game given up. They're holding their own. What do you think then? What's the ceiling at the current moment in time?
The ceiling is 9 wins. The ceiling's still probably 10 wins. Like, ceiling, realistically, if something drastic were to change, they could get to 10 wins somehow. Like,
do they win
nothing
a playoff
more
game?
than that? No, they're not going to win a fucking playoff game. If they win the division and they get, like, realistically, who at home would you be the most confident in playing in a playoff game?
Oh, God, I don't know that I'd want to play any of them.
Houston?
I don't think
they look really good. They look really good.
I don't think.
I think they might. I think they're pretty good. Like Houston, the Chargers would just rail us. Pats would rail us.
Patriots should have beaten us.
If the Texans win the division somehow and take it from the Jags, and the Jags were,
there's no way the Texans win that division.
You don't think so? I think they're a better team than Jacksonville.
The Colts.
Oh my god! That's
the
my
Colts
fault.
are 7-1.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's on me. I think the Texans are going to make the playoffs, though. They're obviously not winning the division. I completely just lapsed there. I don't know how that happened.
You're good.
But yeah, I would have zero confidence against like anybody in a playoff game.
If the Steelers don't win a playoff game, this has been my position since they wanted to do this whole win this year shit. They need to fire somebody. I don't care who. Actually, I do care who. There needs to be major consequences if this experiment fails. And I had Ryan Parrish on last week, great writer at Behind the Steel Curtain. He gave me a Tomlin timeline, and I'd never heard this take, and I really, really like it. We're just talking generally about, everybody wants Tomlin fired. Everybody felt that way after the Bengals game. What could realistically happen with Mike Tomlin? Mike Tomlin's going to get a shot to draft a rookie quarterback and develop him and see if he works, whether we like it or not. I know I don't like that. If it doesn't work, there's 2 more years left on his contract after this year. Then he thinks that could be the end. He doesn't see a firing. He sees, they might just go their separate ways.
They might tell him, basically force him to resign.
Log off, go home.
I don't think they'd ever fire him. They're probably at some point going to force him to resign if it gets to that point.
Then I just don't get it. I don't get the direction of the team. I really, really don't. I think they have a terrible future.
They do. They have one of the worst. If you look at just across the league, I think they have quite easily one of the worst futures out of any team.
They have an awful future. The Browns.
How many teams would you rather be the Steelers than right now? I'm just looking right. I'm looking right now. I'm gonna open up standings and
let's see what NFL teams have a worse future. Let's just run through them. Patriots, they have a better future. Bills have a better future.
No. The Miami Dolphins have a worse future. The Jets probably have a worse future. Browns do just because they suck always. Doesn't matter. Titans maybe. Raiders.
Titans, yeah. Raiders are atrocious, so yeah.
Nobody in the NFC East. Nobody in the NFC North. Maybe the Saints.
I'd argue the Falcons, too.
Maybe the Cardinals.
I'm not a fan.
Really? I think jury's still out on Michael Penix. That's why. I don't necessarily like him, but I don't think it's fair to say
So they're in the bottom,
at this point. Especially given the way their offense looked without him today. I'd say bottom 6.
So they have a terrible future. Their defense is giving up over 400 yards a game. Their offense is vanilla, boring, bland. Everybody knows what's coming. And I'm over the 3 tight end sets. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm
also over the runs on 2nd and 11.
I'm not a fan of it's the same old archaic process where they're like, hey, it's 3rd and 20. Let's throw a 3-yard slant to Jonnu Smith, punt, and try to win with our defense after Jordan Love just ran right down the field in 5 plays.
If nothing, I don't think anything can possibly encapsulate Steelers football of the recent years more than the Steelers having 175 points for and 175 points against through the first 7 weeks of the season this year. Just mediocre. It's just always mediocre.
Balanced as all things should be.
Colts have a plus 116 point differential.
That's unbelievable.
Holy shit.
That's why
they are going to. I just don't understand how they can pull a really good team out of their ass when it looked like they had absolutely no hope.
Shane Steichen's a really good coach. He absolutely.
Which is weird because I was on the boat of firing him last year. I thought I don't know.
Richard, you know how bad Anthony Richardson must be? Side note.
That's the thing is too dude, some of Steichen's offensive schemes with him at quarterback just made no sense. I don't know. I'm not making excuses for him. He's bad, but It feels weird because I really do think Steichen was not great the last couple of years, and I guess he found something. He found fucking Jonathan Taylor, I guess.
I'm just looking at the replies to my tweet where I said Pickens is better than Metcalf. And people are like, no, you're not crazy, you're just wrong. DK is a good receiver and a 10 times better blocker than Pickens. Heavily disagree. DK is a good receiver, I don't think he sure. Is. 10 times better blocker than Pickens. Doubt. I just don't agree. I don't think he is. I just don't agree with that. Crazy. This guy says you watch enough Steelers to know he was never going to do what he's doing in Dallas. Here, he's a huge distraction. Just move on. But why was he never going to do in Pittsburgh what he did here? Because we have a shitty fucking quarterback, a vanilla offensive scheme, and we have a head coach who doesn't care. My whole thing last year, whenever they lost in the playoffs, and the whole thing that I'm getting to this year, they don't care. Neither should you. They're a mess. Yeah. They're a mess.
They have no idea what they're doing. Zero clue. They're incompetent. From top to bottom.
Are we gonna let's answer some questions, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do we want to go over the entire?
Put on the old Instagram channel. Yeah. We will. Why not? We'll just do a couple minutes on each game.
Steelers don't give us much to talk about.
Steelers don't care, so we're going to talk about some actual good football teams. I'm looking for one. Guys, you guys got to stop being so sad in here. I know we're very sad, but this is some crazy shit right here. Mock draft? That's a good idea. We should have done the mock draft. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
They lose next week, mock draft. We'll kick it off with a mock draft. Before we talk any Steelers, we will look at our
we will have PFF on the screen as the episode opens.
Yes.
I did recently purchase a subscription, so we can get all 7 rounds.
7 rounds of mock draft in November. We will be there. This is a good question. Would keeping Pickens have made a difference? Why doesn't he seem to do his crybaby thing in Dallas, even though they are losing? Would it have made a difference?
Fed.
Yes, I think it would.
He has a good quarterback throwing him the ball.
I think it would.
Yeah, he would have absolutely made a difference, without a doubt.
I think Aaron Rodgers would be obviously the best quarterback he's played with. I mean, Dak's better than Aaron Rodgers at this current moment in time. But, yeah, I think it would have made a difference. You'd have an actual wide receiver, too. That's the thing this team hasn't had in 2 fucking years is a legitimate wide receiver, too, that they consistently use. I'd love to see him use Roman Wilson like that every game.
They have Roman to. Wilson they don't have a choice.
Monday morning. Very excited for that. A lot of these are just talking about why is Terrell Austin still employed. Assuming Elliott is out long-term, who are we going to put back there in his stead? Let me tell you what. It's going to be a mix of Chuck Clark and Jabril Peppers, which I would much prefer to see Jabril Peppers out there.
I would
think
as well.
Fine for what he is, but it might just be Chuck Clark, and that's really bad. That's really bad.
Has Chuck Clark been good at any point in his NFL career?
I don't think so. I think Ravens fans hated him.
Jabril Peppers was once good.
He was. He was as good. He was good as early as last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's all because Pitt ruined the field again. After the way the Steelers have played, I think they should abandon Acrisure Stadium and they should just let Pitt have the stadium.
Just let Pitt have it, yeah. I think the Steelers are ruining it for Pitt. At least one of the teams actually win some games. Jesus.
Yep. Do we realistically make any moves after this game? I know all the reports
trading people away.
All the reports are that the Steelers are going to be buyers at the deadline. I think that's an incredibly big mistake. I could not disagree more with their process throughout this entire season. The offseason, you traded away some really key pieces and one of your leaders defensively, and look how that's going for you. And you're going to try to do more patchwork? No. You got to go down with the ship like the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You just got to go down with it.
The Steelers refused to let the main hatchway give in.
Yep. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck, saying, fellas, it's too rough to feed you. Joey, how long do you think we will be mid? Perhaps a coaching staff change? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm afraid, Joey. Just Wayno too. I'm also angry. I'm also sad. And I'm also afraid. How long do you think we'll be mid? Until the common denominator is moved. I will leave it at that. There's a common denominator in all of this here. And I really tried to fight for a long time all of the fire this certain person narratives. But man, it starts at the top down. And let me tell you what, unless they win a playoff game, there needs to be massive changes that won't be made. Until then, they will be the same team year in and year out. They will be the same thing every single year. And we will all watch. I won't fall for it anymore. The Steelers probably will win a game they shouldn't. Maybe it'll be next week against Indy. Maybe they'll beat the Bills or something. Maybe they'll beat the Ravens the first time they play them. They'll win a game they shouldn't, and everybody's going to get sucked back in. Nope. They are what they are at this point.
I won't let it happen again.
Best case and worst case scenario for the Steelers' Week 1 starting quarterback next year. From Charles K. Lusk.
How realistic does this have to be?
I'm going to try to keep it realistic. I mean, best case, is Fernando Mendoza like unrealistic? I think so, because I think he's QB1 at this.
I'd say Dante Moore would be my answer for best case scenario.
That. I would like that.
I would have said Dak, but I'm trying to keep it like somewhat realistic.
Dak would be fucking awesome. Worst case scenario,
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. I like
Will Howard.
I know the Steelers, like, at this current moment in time, they want to bring Aaron Rodgers back. That's fine, as long as they, like, actually draft someone round 1. And, like, they have a succession plan. Because they straight up didn't whenever Ben retired, and it bit him in the ass. And it's also, it's why where we are right now, that's a part of it. Because they don't have a fucking succession plan, literally ever. They have no future.
Nope.
At any point. How much of a factor were the ugly-ass uniforms tonight? Those uniforms were disgusting. Please never wear them again. Please. It's not so much the jersey as, like, the back looks weird. It doesn't even look like terrible. The pants are so fucking bad.
The pants are so bad.
The yellow helmets are actually terrible, too. Hate that. Hate them. If we wore the black helmets and black pants, I could get down with that. I wouldn't hate it.
I agree. Yeah.
It's time to put our big boy pants on and admit TJ wasn't worth the money. You said it, not me.
Dude, we've been saying it before the season.
Not a question. You go ahead.
I was just going to say, from the second we did sign TJ Watt, I think both of us have been saying, like, it's just we overpaid and we paid him for too long. It's exactly what it looks like.
This is a great observation from Lucas Mortimer. He says, not a question, just an observation. DK doesn't really do anything unless he's schemed open. I think everybody got their taste of that when Rodgers threw him the one-on-one go ball against a corner that is just significantly smaller than him, hit him right in the hands, and the corner's hand was there, but just fucking catch the ball. Like, the thing about DK Metcalf is, like, he's this big body receiver. He's not good with contested catches, guys. He's just not.
No, he's not. It's like a fallacy. Everybody just thinks that because he's big, but no.
Like, I liked the way the Steelers were using him the first couple of weeks, because it was like yards after the catch, get him in space, get him moving. That's how Jonnu and DK, that's how those guys are good. And they just haven't used him that way. But yes, DK Metcalf is not, he needs to be schemed open. And we run a very vanilla, boring scheme. This guy's asking if he can make FanDuel accounts with Tara Lawson and Mike Tomlin's name. Great question from Ryan Parrish. Why shouldn't we just lose out? There's no reason we shouldn't. That's the thing. You should.
Tom will never, ever let that happen as long as he's employed here.
I would have blown it up a couple of years ago, but they didn't. But they won't.
Should have just went down with the trip down with the ship with Trubisky in 22, and never drafted Pickett, obviously. But because if they started Mitch that whole year, they would have actually been really bad, and had an opportunity to draft one of, I don't know. I guess that class turned out actually not very good, but
yeah.
Maybe
what is the honest answer to the defensive problem?
Everything. Like, I don't think there is one specific answer.
I think if I had to point out one thing, I'm not even gonna just say Teryl Austin because that's an easy cop out. I'm gonna say they have a lot of money invested in guys that just aren't doing shit.
Yeah.
Darius Slay got fucking benched for Brandon Echols tonight. Darius Slay in his Sunday Night Football intro introduced himself as Big Play Slay, and then you got fucking benched.
Pony tweeted that it makes sense that he introduced himself as Big Play Slay because he gives up a lot of them.
another Andrew Filipponi.
Andrew Filipponi masterclass.
Get Pony on the pod. Just get him on.
I'll have to ask him.
Just get him on once. This one got me. This one got me. Who else remembers watching Presley Harvin exert all of his blubberous energy in a 28-yard booth?
Dude, I'd pay to go back to that. Anything's better than this.
That's an Everything Watt 90 hood classic. The Presley Harvin and his blubberous energy.
Everything but bitches 90.
Ben Wilcox. Great shout, dude. Great shout. I hope you're listening. I hope you heard that. That was funny. Why can't our defense play up to the standard? The standard mentioned. Mentioned.
What is the standard at this point? Do we have one?
The standard is the standard. What is the standard? What is it?
Right. What is it? Mediocrity?
Who do we blame at this point? Ourselves or Arthur? I mean, I think Arthur Smith has a lot of say in the personnel he gets, and that is certainly part of the issue. I hope Arthur Smith gets a head coaching job. I really fucking hope he does.
I do. I'm not really funny. In the boat that he sucks. I don't.
You're
think he
a big
does.
Arthur Smith guy. You're
I don't
such
know
a
if I'm
big
a big
Arthur Smith guy.
But
you
dude,
are.
What do you expect
you
with these?
Love the hire,
dude. With the talent, the talent we have on offense, what do you really expect from it? I would say our offense has been better than I thought it should be, given what we have. That's fair.
He gets all.
I guess some of that. That's a fair
ends.
Complaint.
I will agree with you. I don't think the talent on offense is very, very good. I think the running game was doomed since day one. I mean, it was just doomed.
In 7 games, they've scored 34, 17, 21, 24, 23, 31, 25. That's not bad at all. Especially given, I feel like, I don't know, definitely not the guy that I'd point the finger at. Because I don't think the offense has necessarily been bad.
I wouldn't point the finger at him.
At least for what we were expecting.
I wouldn't point the finger at him. I don't think he's
what would your plan be for offensive coordinator? Say he does take a head coaching job.
I don't think Arthur Smith's even in the top 10 of fucking issues. I'll tell you that right now. I hope Arthur Smith does get a head coaching job. Let me say this. I'm not going to be upset and crying and on this podcast, oh my God, I can't believe we lost Arthur Smith. I'm not going to be like that. I won't be like that, I can promise you. What's my grand plan? I don't know. Get me a Shanahan McVay nerd. I don't have a name
some random QB coach for
Yes. Just
if Arthur takes a job somewhere, we're going to hire from within again. It's going to be
probably.
Not that Arthur wasn't a hire from within, but like they probably will hire from within. That's what they usually do.
Not a question, more of a statement. Teryl Austin deserves the Matt Canada treatment. I think people are quick to forget Matt Canada was like legitimately the most glaring example of what the fuck is this team doing. I think the Matt Canada thing like really radicalized me in the way of like, oh, fire Mike Tomlin. Because that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. The fact that they held on to him for so long and they changed absolutely nothing. I think people are very, very quick to forget just how dire the Matt Canada situation was. I don't think Teryl Austin is that bad. I think the defense is bad, and yeah, you can blame a lot of that on Teryl Austin. I just think he's not nearly as bad as Matt Canada.
Yeah, dude, like Canada might have been the worst offensive coordinator in the history of the league. Like I don't even think that's ridiculous to say. It was really that bad.
I really don't think it is.
Like, listen, he wasn't given much to work with. I mean, Kenny Pickett and Mr. Trubisky were his quarterbacks for that stretch, but like at the same time, like he got fired in the very next game. Kenny Pickett led the offense to 400 yards for the first time in like 2 years, which is just flat out ridiculous and is a testament of how bad he was.
Did we mention that Christian Watson had 85 fucking yards on us tonight?
Coming fresh off of an ACL tear, first game back, who's not good in the first place, mind you. 85 yards. That's a secondary. Just ridiculous.
Matthew Golden, a big 3 catches, 4 yards tonight. Good for him. I don't have anything more to say about this team. They're pathetic. Though they're probably going to lose next week. Feeble. They're disgusting all the way around. We're just going to spend a couple minutes on every game around the NFL. Chargers 37, Vikings 10. Vikings are doomed because they have Carson Wentz and JJ McCarthy at quarterback. Not Kevin O'Connell's fault. Justin Herbert's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Oronde Gadsden the second.
He's so good. I love Oronde Gadsden. So Syracuse legend. Represent. So good.
I started him in Kamani Vidal in my one league. I was fired up.
That's like a good 50 points right there.
Yeah.
I just scroll by and it's Packers 35, Steelers 25. Miracle they were able to score 25. Shout out Roman Wilson. Dolphins 34, Falcons 10. Does Penix really make that much of a difference?
I don't have any words.
Man.
That's what I said. I think that made me maybe I'm too harsh on Michael Penix. I mean, holy.
Maybe.
Like that was, that's nuts.
The Falcons are another one of those teams. This is why I say their future is kind of like, because I know they have Bijan and Drake London's awesome. Yeah. Penix is still very much a question. I don't think the head coach and offensive coordinator, that duo, that Zach Robinson, he's a former PFF guy. He may as well be one of us with a podcast and a microphone. He's calling plays. Get him a map. And Raheem Morris, yeah. I don't know. I think that they're all a big question there. They don't have a first next year either. They traded their one to get James Pierce, who it could develop into a fine edge rusher. That pick is currently like the 11th or 12th pick, I believe.
That was a weird one. Like Pierce has been pretty good, but like I don't know. It definitely felt like they overpaid at the time too. And I mean, especially if they're bad, it's going to look like a massive overpay.
I mean, it was a future one for, the
Falcons are one of the most confusing teams in the league, just the way they play. Like they just beat the Bills like the other week, and now they lose by 24 at home to one of the worst teams in football.
I know. It's weird. Jets 39, Bengals 38. No, I'm not happy the Bengals lost. Because the Jets were able to beat the team that the Steelers lost to. And the Steelers give up over 400 yards of total offense. And the Jets are absolutely dreadful. Everybody knows that. But so are the Bengals. Let's not get it twisted. The Bengals are terrible.
Yeah.
They're not a good football team. They lost to Breece Hall throwing a touchdown pass to Mason Taylor. I repeat, Breece Hall threw a touchdown pass to Mason Taylor. That's why they lost the game.
Took the running back throwing a pass to him for Mason Taylor to finally score a touchdown. For the record, the way Joe Flacco has this offense humming in Cincinnati, you're about to tell me that Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. Come on. Cook. If you put Herbert in that offense, bro, oh my fucking God.
They wouldn't lose a game.
It would be.
Wouldn't lose a game.
Well, if you put any of those like top 4, like it would be ridiculous.
Patriots 32, Browns 13. The Browns, nobody cares. Dylan Gabriel sucks. Quit the gimmick. Just put Shedeur in. Shedeur has long been the best quarterback on their roster, and it hasn't been close. Quit blackballing him. Quit it.
Did you see they had him behind Bailey Zappi today on the depth chart?
What are we doing?
I don't know. It's weird. It's really
I don't
weird.
get it. It's fucking weird. And the Patriots, they have the easiest cakewalk of a schedule of all time. I think they're a good team.
They're getting dropped in the first round. That's my prediction.
I think they might win their division. Who fucking knows? If
it's possible.
They're going to be a team that falls off, I think next year. I think they're going to have a worse record next year than they do this year, and I know that's easy to say, but man, Drake May looks awesome. Mike Vrabel is absolutely furious as TreVeyon Henderson averaged about 8 yards carry today. Absolutely
Didn't he fumble?
Furious. Yes, he did fumble. But
yeah, we may never see him again.
No. What you don't understand, Mike Vrabel loves when his players fumble because he keeps giving Ramondre Stevenson the touches when he fumbles. So therefore, TreVeyon Henderson's getting 30 touches next week.
I do think, in fairness, I was probably a little bit tough on Ramondre Stevenson coming into the year. I don't think he's an awful player, but yeah, I agree with you.
Eagles 38, Giants 20. I mean, the Cam Scatterboo ankle.
That was so bad, dude.
That literally was on the same level, maybe just as bad as the Dak ankle injury.
Dude, he's incredibly fortunate that it was only a dislocated ankle. Incredibly fortunate. But I'm glad that's the case because that means he'll be back next year. And I mean, at the time, it was holy shit, this guy might never play football again, the way it looked.
But, I mean, hopefully he comes back and he gets better. But this game, I mean, it was really over after that. I don't know how you go out there and you play.
I can't stand seeing that shit. That would make me just not even want to go back out there.
I mean, you saw Dart's reaction where he's on the ground yelling. I don't think Dart's been bad, man. I can't lie. I like Brian Daboll. And perhaps I was too low on him developing a quarterback. I did not like Dart as a prospect whatsoever. But I just think Daboll's got it, man. I think if the Giants get rid of him after this year, I think that's a massive mistake. I'll say that.
Yeah. I will say I was looking. Dart is the favorite to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I think it would be a travesty if he won it over Igbokwe. I mean, listen, he's been good. Dart's been good, at least better than expected. But the Giants are still 2-5, or are they 2-6 now?
They're 2-6.
They're 2-6.
Dart's the favorite? Are you kidding
favorite, me? Yeah, he was plus 100.
Not gambling advice.
Took over
put some dough on Emeka Egbuka.
It's just the quarterback bias, I think. That's why. I mean, Egbuka's 100% been a better player, but whatever.
Bills 40, Panthers 9. No words. R.I.P. Meow Mix.
There is legitimately no point of discussing this game. Andy Dalton is so bad. Oh my goodness.
James Cook. I still love how every fantasy guy's take was James Cook he's a touchdown regression candidate. He's not going to have 16 touchdowns again. He's just going to have 16 touchdowns again.
Yeah. I did not take James Cook anywhere simply because their usage of him last year pissed me off. I didn't want anything to do with it again, but I was completely wrong on that one.
Shout out James Cook. Ravens 30, Bears 16. Not going to sugarcoat it. Caleb didn't look great in this one. But I do think the Ravens looked a lot better. Yeah, I think it's the NFL is a week-to-week league. That's what these next couple of games are. The NFL is a week-to-week league. I say that because the Ravens looked a lot better. They looked a lot healthier coming off a bye. Snoop Huntley is definitely a better quarterback than Cooper Rush for whatever the hell that is worth. Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that was kind of
71 yards,
confusing that
2
it took them
touchdowns.
so long to go to Huntley instead of Rush.
I didn't
Like,
understand.
what were they doing?
I don't get it. But all of a sudden, the Ravens are 2-5. They're not dead. They're gonna get Lamar back, and they play the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football.
Is that
That's
this
barbecue
upcoming
chicken.
week?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Derrick Henry might go for like 280 yards.
It's barbecue chicken. NFL is a week-to-week league. Texans 26, 49ers 15. CJ Stroud looked good, man. The Niners, I know they're so banged up, but like the Niners are still a good football team. They're so well coached with Robert Saleh and Kyle Shanahan. And the Texans, I think, are pretty well coached too. I think DeMeco Ryans, I think very highly of him. And I think CJ Stroud's a great player. So there we go. Texans, they're 3-4. You think they're making the playoffs?
I would bet on them to make the playoffs, yeah. Like, I think they're better than us.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. If Steelers and Texans played on a neutral field, what's the spread? I think we'd be favored over the
3.
Texans.
Really?
I think we'd be favored over.
I strongly disagree with that.
Really?
They were favored by like 3 points over the Niners, who've looked like really, really good, and they completely dominated them.
I don't know. They do have a really good defense. They might have the best defense in the league. The Texans' defense is what people swore up and down the Steelers was going to be. Instead, the Steelers' defense is a collection of frauds and bums.
Yes, indeed.
Buccaneers 23, Saints 3. This game was boring. Tyler Shuck. Yes.
He looked real good.
Like there's a 0% chance of that working, but just let it. Just make sure.
Yeah.
Just be.
The Saints should not necessarily. Rattler's probably a better quarterback than Shuck right now, and that's a bad thing if you're the Saints. So you probably just start Shuck.
I'm very glad that Baker Mayfield has turned into a pumpkin right before Halloween. I'm glad the Baker Mayfield MVP gimmick is over.
He's so mid, man. Baker's so mid.
He's just not good. Yeah,
Baker when he doesn't have the greatest wide receiver core in NFL history out there.
It's literally perfectly Baker. Igbuka had a slow day, but let me tell you what, man, I did not expect him to play at all these last couple of games.
I knew it was weird. Injury. I've never seen somebody like come back from a hamstring injury and play the next week.
I'll tell you who's scary is the 6-2 Denver Broncos, who got a 44-24 win.
Their defense is just so
Dallas
good.
Cowboys. They're good, man.
They're
I
good.
really don't want them to be. I want to be a hater of them, but like my season predictions, their schedule is just so favorable. Like I think I had them winning 11 games, and I'm like, guys, I don't think they're that good, but like, holy shit, they just have a cakewalk. RJ Harvey 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
big RJ Harvey believer. Let's go.
He should play over Dobbins. He's definitely better than him.
I don't know. Dobbins is good. I just don't like the Dobbins signing in general. I would have just let Harvey eat. Last game, Colts 38, Titans 14.
Anybody know why they put this one at 4:25?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
I guess
it should be a 1 o'clock game. I don't want to watch that. It's going to be
Colts, bad. Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns. He's awesome.
Yeah.
What are Jonathan Taylor's MVP odds?
I would assume
Can you pull that up?
They'll never give it to a running back. I can, but I can tell you right now that they won't be like anything like legitimate.
Like I think it should be Mahomes, obviously, but like I think it should be Jonathan Taylor beyond that. Because who else?
Plus 2,000.
That's wild.
Mahomes is 150, Allen's 350, Mays 450, Stafford and Jones are both 1,400. Love 1,600. Yeah.
May is 3rd in MVP odds. I'm sorry, man.
I disagree with that.
I'd like Drake May as much as the next guy, but whatever. All right, Monday night game. What do we think of it?
Kansas City's blown the fuck out.
Holy shit. Chiefs are 11-point favorites.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. Just take your bank account and put it on Rashee Rice touchdown. That's my only advice.
Rashee Rice. Everybody got to eat. Any closing thoughts on our Pittsburgh Steelers, Jack?
I sometimes try to find positives even when things go poorly. I can't think of a single positive thing to say. It's not looking good, guys.
Tankathon. Steelers are currently the 19th pick in the NFL draft. Tankathon has us taking LaNorris Sellers. You can tell a lot about a man by what they think about LaNorris Sellers. I think LaNorris is good, but he should stay another year and transfer. That's what I think. I think LaNorris is #good. There's a lot to like.
He might be.
I think he should stay for another year.
I think Anthony Richardson has just haunted me.
Hey, I was a big Anthony Richardson guy too. So you know what? Tankathon also has Mekhi Lemon falling to 25. Get the fuck out of here.
That's not happening. Yeah. That would be amazing.
If Mekhi Lemon gets to 25 and the Steelers don't take him, somebody's going to hear from me. But they need to take a fucking quarterback. They just do. They just do. I know we've said the last couple of weeks, keep the faith in our brave men in black and gold. Can you keep the faith in them anymore? I don't know. My patience is wearing thin.
No.
Thank you everyone for listening. And let it out in the comments. Let us hear it. Let out your rant. This team's not good, and I worry that it's bleak. But whatever happens, we'll be here to break it down for you right here. Same time, same place, next week on The Standard.